Hi everyone, welcome to the Daddy Goes Live studio. I am Niharika, your live video strategist, and we are your live video partners. So thank you so much for joining us here at the studio today. And today we are here to talk about the most important question that all of us as brands are going to have to address sooner than later. And that is, how do you boost your brands? And by that I mean not only start to revive them, but also change our marketing strategies and do things which are going to suit the new market dynamics, which of course has radically changed because of the corona times. So if you own a business of any scale, or alternately you come from a marketing background, this video is just the thing for you, because we're going to talk about different ways of how you can tweak your existing marketing strategies and ramp it up to suit the new times, because hey, new problems, new solutions. So how are we going to do this? We are going to do this by using professional, high quality live streaming, which is going to enable us to make new content, to create new content that is richer, more engaging, more interactive, so that you can reach out to more audiences than has ever been possible before. And you can strike chord with you can strike a new chord with them. You can basically create a shift in whatever it is that has been your way of conducting your business so far, and try to change your marketing game a little. So let's get straight into it. But before we do, there is just one little thing that I want to share with you, and that is one of the most ironic yet hard-hitting things that I've heard in the recent times has been that how a lot of people have started to acknowledge the fact that almost 60 to 70% of all our work can actually happen out of our houses without having to get out, without really hampering our efficiency. And if that be true, it means that we've had a lot of fixed ideas about how to create a demand, how to push our products, how to sell a service, how to generate leads, how to make sales, and how to do business basically. But if we were to tweak a few things in that strategy, look at a certain thing in a different way, change our perspective a little, to me, I think it's a whole new world of possibilities and opportunities. And with that comes the sort of possibility of you being able to take your business to crazy new heights than has ever been possible in your own head. So with that positive thought, let's get into this video. Please talk to us. Feel free to keep commenting, asking questions. Even if I'm not personally able to address them in this video, I'll make sure that someone from my team is writing back to you. And also, please get in touch with us, because I think that we would be able to sort of help you revamp your existing marketing strategy, look at it in a different way, and try to do whatever it is for you to get back in the game. So we're going to do a couple of these videos, and throughout those videos we're going to talk to different kinds of industries on what are some of the important applications or use cases or areas of your work in which you can use live streaming to sell your product, to touch your customers, to undertake branding and marketing activities and promote your products. So how we're going to do this is that today we're talking to people who own businesses wherein they sell a product or a service. We will also be targeting people who are event managers, who are into any kinds of indoor and outdoor events like weddings or worship houses or anything like that. And the third video is going to focus more on hospitality and also hospitals. So if you're a doctor and if you're thinking of new ways to sort of engage in training and education experiences for your staff or for other physicians, or if you are someone who owns a hospitality brand, a hotel brand, and is seeking of new ways to market their product, then all these videos are just the thing for you. But let's come back to what we are going to talk about today. Let me take you into our multi-camera, multi-input setup, which is the setup that we are using today. What it enables us to do is to create a live TV show experience for our customers where we're doing a lot more with just a single stream. We are connecting multiple inputs from our system. So it could be a media file, a picture, a video, or it could be something from our studio, which could be additional cameras that you plug into the same footage, or it could be stuff from remote locations where we can actually connect with people on a video call and also plug that feed in into our live video, do all of this in real time. So I think you should really stick to the end of this video, because we're also going to show you a little demo of how this whole multi-input setup works, and that is something that has never been seen before in the history of the live platform. And if you're able to do that, I think you're just going to be able to improve your content generation game manifold, and this is going to do wonders for any kind of digital promotion that you are going to look at in the times to come. So stick with us through the end. Please subscribe and like our channel, and without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it. So this is what our multi-input setup looks like. What I have done today for you is that I have connected a presentation that I'm going to run you through, and what you see to the left is the camera, that is me. So we have two inputs over here. We also have a ticker at the bottom that contains details for if you want to reach out to us and find out how we can be relevant to your businesses. So let's get straight into the presentation. All right, so before we start, I think it's very important that a lot of us acknowledge the fact that so far a lot of businesses work in terms of their branding on a text or an image only approach. They haven't really switched to videos. So I'm going to handhold you into two important switches that you as a brand need to make in 2020. A is moving from a text or a visual only approach to videos. B is the switch that you need to make from recorded videos to live videos. So let's talk about both of these switches, and let me give you a few important reasons that I think are necessary for why you should consider these for your marketing. So number one, videos can explain everything. Now, your brain loves visuals. A Facebook study says that people are about 5 times more likely to look at videos than they are at images. And if that be true, I think it's very important that we as a brand start to utilize videos in order to talk about our products and services. So whether it is showcasing our features or having a little demo or conducting a survey or a dipstick into what our customers think about us, I think a video is a very, very effective tool that needs to be a part of your marketing strategy. Secondly, videos help you build trust. Now, to me, I think out of all the platforms of branding, personally, the ones that you should go to are the ones which can ignite some sort of an emotion within your customers. So you need to be able to strike a chord with them, to create a bond, to click with your audiences and help them buy into your brand first so that they buy into your product or your service next. To do that, it's very important that you position yourself, you personify your brand as a human, and you basically bring out the human side of whatever it is that your company stands for. A video, I think, offers a better platform to make that happen and for your customers to have some sort of a relation with your brand. And the third part is videos help you reach everyone. Now, videos help you overcome any kind of boundaries that you may have in terms of advertising in your own city or your own country. It just helps you go global. It helps you cast a much wider net, and it helps you basically reach out to all the vast audience that is on YouTube, on Facebook, and which is consuming a lot of video content, which has an ever increasing subscriber base. So what that does for you is that it just opens out a lot more opportunities, because now you're not bounded by any kind of a geographical barrier, and the entire world is at your disposal. So if anybody in any part of the world thinks that your product or service is relevant to them, then hey, you got a lot of customers and no boundaries. So that is why I think that a video is a must have on your marketing strategy. um, Now, why live streaming? So again, there are three important things that I think live videos do for you. Number one, live videos are genuine. Now, there are a lot of advertisements and branding promotional videos that you come across every day. And these videos are, needless to say, made on the best possible editing softwares. However, there is still a lot that they have to do to climb up your search engines, because they're still sitting there waiting to get a lot of likes and views to be able to garner a lot of attention in the digital space. What that means is that the recorded video space is a highly cluttered space where a lot of videos are being uploaded every day. And it really takes you a lot if you want to trend on the internet and become something which is widely searched upon and become something which is widely watched. When you get into the live video spectrum, what it does is that because there is virtually no big brand which is creating live content on a regular basis, the live platform is generally a much more uncluttered one. And so, even with a limited viewership, you can climb up the search engine at a much quicker rate. You can be trending much more sooner than you could with any possible swanky looking recorded videos. So that's a convincing reason to me for why I should be considering live video as part of my marketing strategy. Secondly, this is the best part. You're going to love this. It is real time. I think it's very, very important for us as brands to have a pulse on the audience, because a lot of our insights come from having time at the core of the kind of stuff that we do in terms of social listening or putting out information for our audiences. Now, what happens is that a lot of times there is a lot of viewer procrastination, because people think that, hey, that video is just going to remain on the web forever, right? So I don't have to necessarily go right now and watch it. The thing about live videos is that because they are on the internet for a limited period of time, and they also offer an opportunity for your consumers to interact with you in real time, that creates a sense of emergency and urgency, and that compels the customer to actually go online at the time that you're broadcasting and watch your video. And what this does is, A, it increases your viewership, and B, it delays your viewer procrastination. And number three is that live videos are engaging. Now, any kind of marketing initiative that we undertake, whether it is a digital marketing initiative, whether it is a print marketing initiative, the thing is that more often than not, it becomes a one-sided conversation where the brand is talking and the people are listening. Live videos are possibly the only kind of platform which opens up a dialogue between you and your customers, and it becomes the singular platform that helps you have a two-sided conversation with your customer. So now it's not just you who's talking, but you can also listen to what your customer has to say about your product, about any kind of recommendations that he might want to give you, whatever it is that he's thinking of, that actually puts you both in a better position, and it can do wonders for your marketing game. So if that be true, and if live videos are the way forward, then what is the best way to do that? A lot of people would think that, hey, I can go live from my phone. A lot of content is being created by Instagrammers and YouTubers from their phone these days. And the way that I see it, there are three important limitations that you need to take into account when you live stream on a phone. And those three limitations become the reasons why you require a professional, high quality setup in order to create your branded content live. Number one, your phone gives you only one camera and one perspective. So whenever you point your lens at a certain thing, whether it's your selfie camera that is just capturing you, if it's your front camera, it's looking at what your camera is looking at. Either ways, you can have only one perspective. So in case you want to run your viewers through a different media file, you want to plug in a different video, you want to talk about a different presentation, you want to show them anything at all on your browser, you want to talk to someone on a video call and plug that in, none of that becomes possible when you're streaming from your phones. What that does is it limits you in terms of how rich is the content that you can create on your live platform. Number two, bad internet. Oh my god, we all know how annoying that can be. It so happens that at times you're live and say about 100 people are watching you. And then because of a technical glitch, your net goes and boom, your viewership drops from 100 to about 10 in a matter of 10 seconds. Because people do not have the patience and they're not going to wait for your stream to come back on. That is a huge viewership to lose out on. And I don't think that as brands we have the margin to lose out on that kind of a subscriber base. It's very important for us to have reliable, uninterrupted streams, and that is exactly what we do for you. And thirdly, and most importantly, the reason that live videos have not picked up as a platform is because their overall likability and watchability is not too high. And why that is because they're not very attractive to look at, right? So there's very little that you can do with live videos. I mean, in terms of your lighting or in terms of your editing, the only thing that you can possibly do is just switch when you're shooting from a professional camera between a narrow and a wider lens, but you're still showing the same subject. What that does is, because there is not a lot that you can do with it, it doesn't catch the attention of the viewer as effectively as you might want it to. When you're able to edit your live videos, that is when you can maybe plug in more content so that you can make your content more informative, more interactive, and play with it in a way so that you can at least show 2 or 3 different things at the same point in time that finally manage to grab your attention, grab your viewers' attention. So these are the top 3 important problems of why you cannot shoot and stream like a pro from your phones. Okay, so that was a little introduction, and now that we've gone through that, I think it's time we get straight into the crux of this live video today, and that is that how can we as Daddy Goes Live help you completely revamp your marketing game. So like I said again, if you are someone who owns a business of any scale, or alternately you come from some kind of a marketing background, these applications will help you get a new perspective as to how you can use live streaming for different areas of your business and increase your sales, ramp up your marketing, promote your product. So let's begin. The first application that we are going to talk about is Alright, so we're going to talk live product launches and demos. Now, what can you do? This is what you can do. You can answer a lot of important questions about your product. You can showcase how your product works, what are its important features. You can have unboxing videos. You can generate leads. Hey, this is a very important thing that you can do. By encouraging more and more people to view your streams in real time, number one, you're giving them a proper look and feel of how your product functions. And number two, if you can have a systematic yet incentivized form of a live video strategy, where, for example, you're having these half an hour or 1 hour sessions that offer some monetary discounts on your product sales. So you're saying that, hey, I'm going to go live on Friday, and between 6:30 and 7 I'm going to stream, So I'm going to show you how my product functions. I am a phone company. So once I show you a demo of how my product functions, for the last part of the stream, which goes on for say about 5 minutes, everyone who places an order for the phone through the link that you provide on that live video at that point in time gets say like a 15% or a 20% off, and boom, you got your sales growth. So these are little things that you can do to incentivize, because incentivization is a major component of any of your marketing strategies, so that you can convert all these leads that you generated by means of your video. You can plug in more audiences, you can pull many more viewers, and you can translate them directly into sales over a very, very short period of time. And I think this is something that can really work for you. Number 2. Alright, so live facility tours. What does this refer to? We're talking service here. We're also talking production and manufacturing industries. So if you own a business where you need to showcase what your facility looks like and the kind of expertise that you have in terms of your machinery, your infrastructure, or your manpower, this application is just the right thing for you. Because like we discussed in the previous application, while it helps you do most of the stuff that is just the same, it helps you take suggestions on new product development, helps you generate leads, of course, helps you increase sales, again by a incentivized live video strategy. The important thing is that you can also get a lot of investors for your business by providing them with a hands-on look into how your entire setup works. And that is a very important thing if you are into the production or the manufacturing sector. Number 3 is events. Alright, so what can you do? All of us as brands might conduct a mix of indoor and outdoor events throughout the year. I'm just giving you some examples that I have at the top of my head for the kind of stuff that you can do when it comes to events. This is my favorite, you can have a behind the scenes or an interactive sneak peek where you give your audiences a look into what happens behind the scenes and how does your product or your service actually reach your customers. So for example, if you are a hospitality brand and if you want to give the people a look into what's going into your kitchen before their favorite dishes comes out on their plates, then this is an interesting thing to do. It could have a lot of applications depending on what your area of business is and what could be an interesting aspect of your business to bring forth in front of your consumers. But you should totally consider giving your viewers a sneak peek of how your business works, because it also helps you come across as a very transparent and a trustworthy brand, and that can take your marketing game real up. You can do fundraisers for any kind of stakeholders that you might have. You can have crowdsourcing events, you can have steal deals, the ones that we just discussed, having like a half an hour stream session where you're encouraging people to place orders and offering discounts if they happen to do it right then and there. No delay, just sales. And last but not the least, you can do a lot of seminars and conferences and panel discussions and stuff like that. And that's the kind of stuff that you can do with events. Alright, what else? I think we missed out one thing, that is staff training. So yes, very, very self-explanatory, with a lot of new rules and regulations that will come into play, which mean that we will not be able to have as big social gatherings for any kind of official purpose also as we used to. It's very important that you have some format which allows you to have interactive and engaging staff trainings, whether it's for your employees or whether it's for your management, whether it's for teaching them on how to better the customer's experience with your brand or anything at all. all of us need to have some sort of a backup option when it comes to having an effective means of training our staff. And this is also one of the key applications that might fit into your industry. Okay, so that brings us almost to the end with just one last application for today, and that is of social listening. Now, social listening means trying to do whatever it is that you can to get a pulse of how your audience thinks, acts, and behaves, A, in the industry in which your brand works, and B, towards your particular product. So, what are their attitudes, behaviors, their purchasing patterns, how satisfied are they with your brand, what could you do better as a brand, is all the kind of stuff that you can understand and get insights of when you are engaged in any kind of a social listening activity. This again is very, very important both at the stage of new product development as well as when you're launching it and when you're having a follow-up strategy on how you can do things better to be able to make your audiences happier. So this is a very important thing that also needs to be included as part of our mainstream marketing strategy. And I'm going to tell you a few applications that you can have to do effective social listening for your customers. Right. So, what can you do? You can do live polls. You can do dipsticks. You can do surveys. You can do reviews. You can do testimonials. That is a very, I would like to just take a second to sort of stress on that particular application. Now, testimonials are word of mouth pieces of videos or written text or anything that is documented, which comes from a customer who has had an experience of interacting with your brand, of using your product, of utilizing your service, and he's had a good experience. So you want him to become the voice of your brand so that he can provide a highly credible means of advertising for your company, where you're not talking about yourself, but instead you're talking about a customer who's happy because he's interacted with your brand and hey, he loves your product. You can have a lot of live testimonials where your customers can actually interact in real time with a big audience, and they can tell about their experiences with their products. They can have a lot of people ask them questions and answer them. And again, all of what this is doing is that it's providing a lot more credibility. It's making your organization come across as a lot more of an honest, a transparent, a real, a genuine company. And that is what matters to people in 2020, is that they want to associate themselves with a brand which is real. They want to buy products from genuine brands, because I think all of us as individuals, we love genuine people, and that's how we need to see our brands also. We need to provide the humanized versions of our brand, because ultimately it's your brand ideology that encourages a lot of people to buy into it. And like I said, the products or the services are actually something which comes at the very next step. So we are almost towards the end of our presentation over here. I hope that this has opened up a few perspectives for you on what are the different areas of your business that can be streamed, that are pillars of communication that you could talk about to attract more audiences, to bring forth your brand in a different light than has ever been seen before, to create a fresh demand, to create a bond with your audiences, to make sales, to have powerful leads, to convert quickly, and to do a lot of stuff in a much better way. Please watch our subsequent episodes too, because that's what we're trying to do here. We're just trying to open up your heads as much as possible about whatever it is that you can do in terms of your marketing and how we as Daddy Goes Live fit into this. So, since we are almost at the end of it, we're now going to tell you why is it that you need a professional, high quality setup in place if you want to conduct all of these initiatives that we've just described before, or any of them that are relevant to your organization in the best way possible. Now, like you remember, we discussed a few shortcomings of why you cannot stream effectively from your phones, which means that you are going to require a professional setup. Now, this is where Daddy Goes Live comes in. We come in as consultants that can actually help you create a customized live video strategy into what will work for you. And then we also provide live streaming services, and we help you stream whatever it is that you might need as part of your marketing strategy. So there are 4 important things that we do differently that helps us create a lot of professional high quality content for you. Number 1, we provide you uninterrupted low latency streaming. So we just discussed some time back that a lot of times when you have an interrupted internet connection, that reduces your viewership a lot, and you cannot incur that kind of a damage at a brand level. We help you get an uninterrupted and a reliable stream so that you can stream for the entire duration without suddenly going off. You're streaming in high quality and you're attracting as many viewers as you can to watch your content. Number 2, professional grade audio and video. Now, your audio and your video is, I think, a 50-50 percentage of what makes your video a success, whether it's a live video or a recorded video. So if I am crystal clear but my voice is trailing, you're not going to watch me. Likewise, if my voice is absolutely clear to you but my video is shaky, you're still not going to watch me. You need a professional audio and video setup to be able to do full justice to your content, and that is exactly that we do and we take care of. Number 3 is our most distinguishing feature, and something that we really pride ourselves upon, that helps us create rich content for you, and that is we have a multi-input and a multi-camera setup. Please follow us through, like I said, again to the end of this video, because we are going to give you a look on how it works. It is a setup which helps us plug in unlimited amounts of inputs, whether it is a media file or it's a video call or it is any kind of a preloaded video or it's many more cameras, something that's placed looking at you while something is placed looking elsewhere, and you're just able to show many different things in the same live feed. This is the kind of stuff, again, that has never been seen across any live platforms. Very important, very effective. And lastly, by using live videos, you're actually going to open up a whole new possibility of revenue creation. Now, this is twofold. Number 1 are the conversions that you make into sales by effectively using your live video strategy. So like I said, if you're actually having live steal deal episodes wherein you offer your viewers a window of making a sales at a discounted price, then that is number 1 revenue stream for you. Number 2, if you actually start creating content which is valuable, which is rich, which is informative, and which is stuff that people might actually want to pay for and watch, then hey, you don't need to stream on free platforms like Facebook and YouTube anymore. You can take your content to privatized closed platforms and you can start charging for them and making money for them. So even while you're actually having just some sort of a promotional or a branding activity, you're in turn landing up making money, which is actually like making money out of your marketing expenses and turning the whole game around. So those are the 2 important revenue streams that you as brands can hope to have from an effective live video strategy, and that is exactly what we at Daddy Goes Live help you do. We come on board to give you a customized live video strategy to see which part of your operations fits well with it and what is it that you can do on live video platforms. So please get in touch with us and talk to us. Let us know what your brand does, and maybe we can tell you how you can do things differently in 2020. Also, please like and share and subscribe to our channel. I am very, very thankful for you guys having joined us here today at the studio. And please also stay home and stay safe. Tough times, but I think things are going to look much better soon. So we are almost at the end of this video today. I am going to actually finish off by giving you guys a quick look into how our multi-camera, multi-input setup works. So in this video itself, things become a lot more clear on what your live videos will look like when they are actually broadcasting on air. So thank you so much again for joining us here at the studio. This is Niharika, your live video strategist. We are your live video partners, and namaste and take care.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Daddy Goes Live studio. I am Niharika, your live video strategist, and we are your live video partners. So let me start by saying that I am very excited today because we are introducing a couple of our very novel live production features here. The first one is multi-input streaming and the second one is live editing. So let's talk about these. Now all of us at some point in time have come across some live videos being aired on Facebook or YouTube that could be educational or promotional in nature. Typically, the view that you see is captured on a single camera, and at max it could be an alternating view between a wider and a narrower lens that captures the subject. This can be quite limiting because you are not exploring the full potential of your live streaming capabilities. I mean, there is just so much more that you can do to make your live streams richer, more engaging, but most importantly, more interactive. So let's watch all of this in action here today. So what you're watching on your screens right now is me. Now let's add one more camera to this production and watch it. Excellent. Hi Vasundhara. Vasundhara is joining me here at the Daddy Goes Live studio today to help me explain these features to you better. And I would love her to introduce herself to all of us.
Hi Niharika, hello everyone. Thank you for having me at Daddy Goes Live studio today. I am Vasundhara Rastogi, founder and designer at Vass & Raw being the underlying character of the label. So next up, Niharika, don't you think it would be demonstrative for your viewers if we put up a presentation that we had worked upon earlier to help them understand how to boost their brand better with your services?
Yes, we can do that. Excellent. Now we've connected a presentation to this stream that we're watching. Next up, I'm going to make a video call and then plug in that feed to this production for all of us to see, and a really special guest is joining us there too.
Salut, hi, this is Ranjita, and thank you for having me first of all on Daddy Goes Live studio. I'm at this really cool place, World Mark at Aero City, and I love the vibe. I mean, you can hear some music in the background. There are lots of cafes and restaurants, and on my lazy days, I come here and chill. So have a look around.
So we now have two cameras, a presentation and a video call all connected to this production, and we have the option of watching these inputs one after the other, a few of them at a time, or all of them at the same time. Now we have basically plugged in inputs from my system, my studio and remote locations, and all of this in real time. Isn't that amazing? Okay, now all of us know that editing happens on recorded videos, but what if you could do that live? I mean, what if you could upgrade your entire stream quality from an amateur looking stream captured on some mobile app to a professional TV studio quality? Let's watch how that works. Now I'm going to spice things up a little by replacing my own boring green screen background with another backdrop. Excellent! We can also choose to do this with an image, a video or any other graphic again, but for the purpose of this demonstration we are using this. Additionally, to make your live streams more appealing and informative, you can add titles, your company logo, or any other information like tickers. So let me wrap this up here by saying that there is so much that you can do with all of this. You can live stream events, weddings, trainings, case studies, testimonials, product launches, and so on. And you can ask questions, take suggestions, but most importantly, you can interact with your audiences, and you are doing all of this in real time. So, in short, this is groundbreaking. This is game changing because this can boost your individual or corporate brands like never before. Thank you for joining us here at the studio today. Please stay tuned in with us to find how we can be relevant for your businesses. We are Daddy Goes Live, your live video partners.